What's up, y'all? You got the Video Game Votary here with a brand new episode. So as promised last week, today's episode is going to be my vlog / pickups video for Super MagFest. Super MagFest is the flagship event of the MagFest, I guess, series of conventions that they hold around the world. I know there's one that goes down somewhere in California out west. It's called Mag West, and then there's Mag Stock that's more like a camping style trip for gamers. So it's a lot to check out, but Super MagFest is a huge deal. I highly recommend attending this event at least one time in your life. I feel like once you go the first time, you will be hooked on this convention because it is a convention like no other. This convention is 4 days long, starts on Thursday and runs 24 hours until Sunday evening. Now, there's plenty to do. There is a huge arcade. There's a huge console free play area. There's the vendor hall. There are all kind of workshops, panels, live concerts all over the place in the Gaylord National Hotel located in the National Harbor, just outside of DC, just outside of Maryland, and just outside of Virginia. Yes, it's literally between. We're pretty close to multiple states. You can be in another state within 2 minutes, literally. But there's plenty to do, and the vendor hall is not completely full of game vendors, not as much as I prefer, but there are some vendors there, and a couple of the shops actually stay open 24 hours, and you'll actually see some stuff there. And I got quite a bit of pickups from that one particular location, but you will see that later in the video. But if I could describe Super MagFest, it's just like a huge celebration of what it stands for, music and gaming festival. There are plenty of concerts. You got different musical bands and just regular known bands. Bit Brigade was one of my favorites. They were there this year, and they actually performed one of my favorite games. They tend to perform the soundtracks to different games, which is super awesome. They did Super Mario World, so you'll see a little bit of that. That's awesome. I'm pretty sure a lot of you have heard of them. But enough talking. Let's get into the footage. Let's go check out Super MagFest. Yep, we here at MagFest in the room. Whoa. I ain't gonna lie, first time staying in Gaylord, I'm a little bit let down. I thought it would be more extravagant than this, but not bad. I'm here with these two loser guys.
It is a light for book reading.
You don't have a microwave.
I did realize that. I should have brought my air fryer.
It's not doing all that.
Can you really?
Actually, go for it.
They ain't giving it to us, but whatever. We're in the room. We've been here mad late. I just did a podcast, so I'm actually gonna go get my damn badge so like I can like MagFest. All right, guys, so we are back here in the game room. So of course, it's one of the favorite parts of these videos, pickups time. So up first, to my surprise, Angry Video Game Nerd actually had a booth in the indie section. I just happened to come across it. It was real cool setup. It was like a mock-up of his basement. Pretty cool. So he was giving away these free posters. Here's one side of it. I had to fold it up, kind of keep it safe. And here's the super awesome side right here. I'll back up a little bit so y'all can see it better. Pretty cool. Did not actually see him, but his band did perform, which was pretty cool. I did not see that either, but they were there, so that was pretty cool. Next item. So if you guys are familiar with some of the rhythm games, I've been getting into them, and I really got into it actually at MagFest, not this year, but in the previous year. Taiko no Tatsujin, I believe that's how it's pronounced. I'm probably butchering it, but it is a rhythm game that you play with a huge drum, the arcade version, but it actually came out with a console version. I bought it on the Switch when Walmart was doing those big sales. You probably remember that video. I got that game for like $10. But I wanted to up the ante, get the arcade feel. So straight from Video Games New York, I bought the actual drum. Comes with these two little drumsticks. So basically the button, if you're familiar with the game, tap it here and tap it here. And then of course it's a USB on the other side, and then there's this hand controller. Now, if you actually play the drums or play an instrument, you'll probably be good at this. I suck with this, but it's to bring the extra fun. Now with the controller, I'm pretty freaking good, but that also takes talent, so don't sleep on it. But I did pick this up. I've been wanting to get the drum itself for quite some time, so I'm glad I got this now in the collection. Of course, you guys know this was technically a MagFest pickup, but I got it before. But you guys know the MK11 with the Sonic Box autograph from last week. Then we got some Switch titles here. This game in particular, I have been playing pretty much since I got back from MagFest, and I've been enjoying it thoroughly. And a lot of these games, majority of them I got from Video Games New York, so shout out to them. They are always there at MagFest in the same spot, same size booth, and their booth is open 24 hours. Super cool. So first game I got is Guilt. Now, I've been playing this game. I think I'm close to finishing it, but this is like a survival horror where you play as Sally, and the school that Sally attends with her little sister Emily becomes haunted. So you have to go and find and try to save the little sister Emily. And pretty much all Sally is equipped with is a flashlight, a fire extinguisher that you eventually get. Hopefully I'm not spoiling it, but I have been having a great time with this game. It's so good. I believe I heard about this game from Radical Reggie. Shout out my brother Reggie, by the way. He put me onto this game. I love the game so far. Highly recommend it. Make sure you go pick up your copy of Guilt. And I also want to mention that Video Games New York, if you're not familiar, they do sell like a lot of indie games and stuff like that. And they also carry imports. And as you saw, that was a PAL region title. Next title up, I played this game for a little bit as well. Infinity Thrash Dragon Quest: The Adventure of Dai. So this is so far so good. This is a little bit different than your regular Dragon Quest series. It's not your regular traditional RPG. This is more of an action RPG, kind of along in the same vein as Zelda. Also, what I realized when searching this game is that they also have an anime series. This is how this title was birthed, from the anime series, which is pretty good from what I can see so far. I watched a couple episodes and it does seem pretty cool. The game itself seems pretty cool, although the reviews aren't that great. It's kind of what you feel. I don't always go off of reviews. It's kind of your own experience, but so far so good. I have been enjoying it. I'm looking forward to playing this a lot more. And I gotta say, the art style, the game is beautiful. The cutscenes are just gorgeous. It's pretty much like you're watching an anime. Great game. I definitely recommend picking it up. Next game, I got this game because, and I also learned something new. This is from that conversation I'm having at Video Games New York with my boy Cam, my boy Glenn, and then the guy that was at the booth at Video Games New York. I started talking about the Super Robot Tyson game that I got for the DS last year. I believe I got it at Retro World. And I got to talking because my buddy Cam is a big Gundam fan. So we all start talking about Gundam, and I was like, you know, I've seen a couple episodes, but I haven't really gotten to it. He's heavy into it. He bought a whole bunch of models while we were down there. And that was kind of like his first introduction to one of the conventions. He really didn't know what to expect. So he went a little crazy, good crazy. But we got to talking about Gundam. I learned that Gundam is actually tied into the Super Robot Wars series. So it pretty much is Gundam. So with that being said, this was recommended to me by the gentleman at Video Games New York. I picked up Super Robot Wars T. Now there's different ones. A lot of people will get the games to follow along with the series to see how closely they follow it. And this was recommended to me just kind of getting involved in the series because I was looking for some of the action one and not so much of the RPG turnstile one. So this is the one that he recommended. I haven't had a chance to play this, but so far from what I can see, it looks phenomenal. It definitely, like the cutscenes and the battle scenes, looks literally like you're watching an anime. It looks super cool, so I'm excited to play this game. Up next is a game I had my eyes on for a while. It's one of the titles that I was looking for when I went down there. We're talking about River City Girls 1 and 2. So there are 3 games in the River City series that I guess on the Switch. Don't quote me on that. I'm probably wrong because I'm sure that they have River City Girls early on. This is obviously the import version, but Switch being region free, and it will convert the dialogue into English. Not sure for all titles, but for most. So I picked this up. This is pretty much the great value because you get 1 and 2. There's also River City Girls 0. I saw that there. I didn't pick it up. That's almost like pretty much playing an NES. There's nothing wrong with that, but I wanted to pick this up. This is an awesome beat 'em up style game. And to my understanding, I believe Double Dragon makes an appearance in the second one. So you actually, if you wanted to, for collector's purposes, you can get River City Girls 1 and you can get River City Girls 2 separately if you want, or you can get this one more bang for your buck with both games in one. So I'm looking forward to playing this beat 'em up brawler game. I love those style of games. Good plot and a good story to go along with a great game. Always pulls me. Up next, this was a game that I've been looking for a while. It has gone up in price. It is, I wouldn't consider it a rare title. It's not too new, but it's from Strictly Limited. Last time I seen it, last few times I saw this game online and in person, they sell from $100 upward to $130. And I didn't expect to see this. I did say I would get it if I saw it. I definitely was expecting to pay more. And then I gotta tell you a story about how I found it, but I'll get to that. I'll tell you what the game is. Picked up a copy of Iron Meat. Now this game currently is highly sought after. Like I said, they sell upwards $100 and up. And then they just had a pre-order for the, I think it's like a steelbook edition. I missed that. I didn't get the email or the alert or anything because I was going to pick it up because I know that they're going to be up in the 130, 150 range. So I missed out on that. I happened to find a PAL region on Play Asia, so I do got that coming. But actually, when I went to Angry Video Game Nerds booth, they were selling games, and this was there, and it was for $40. Completely blew my mind. Literally, they sell for $120. So I was excited to have it. I went ahead and picked it up. It was brand new. It was sealed. Here's the manual. You see the game's not in there. I actually went up to the room and was playing it. The soundtrack sounds awesome. I love the gameplay style. It is absolutely a Metal Slug clone, but this is super cool. And if you aren't familiar with Iron Meat, make sure you check it out. And I highly recommend it if you can get your hands on it. Hopefully pick it up. But this was a great price. I couldn't believe that they had them, and I couldn't believe that they were selling them for $40. That was insane. This is probably the most insane. Well, not quite. We'll get into that episode next week because still got a little more footage to cover. And then that's going to be part of the Quest DS episode from Super MagFest. So make sure you stay tuned. You don't miss that episode next week. If you're new to the channel, welcome. If you love Nintendo, this is the place for you to be. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, hit the bell, turn on the notifications so you miss a single episode. We upload every Friday, 6 p.m. right here on the channel. And sooner than later, we will be bringing back the Legend of Nintendo podcast, where it probably will be just me hosting. No big deal. I just want to talk about Nintendo. And of course, I got to give my reaction to the announcement of the Nintendo Switch 2. So be on the lookout for the Legend of Nintendo DS series, and convention season has officially kicked off. So until next week, be safe.
Thank you for watching. Follow me on all social media platforms at VideoGameVotary.